Welcome to Monday Morning Marriage Minute, where you can send your questions to 1minutemarriage@gmail.com. That's the number 1minutemarriage@gmail.com. I'm Garth Heckman, taking your questions, trying to help you guys out in marriage. Today, had a question from a young lady named Ashley. She and her husband have their own issues regarding how to discipline their kids. And though this is more on parenting, we're going to throw it in here because I think it's a good thing to talk about. Here's one of the things that people confuse when we talk about disciplining their kids. They don't understand that there are stages in place that you take in order to discipline your kids. What I mean by that is, let's say your child is going to go outside and play and they're about 4 years old. And again, this all transfers by their age. You got to make it appropriate for their age. But you go out to the front yard, and first there has to be instruction. You have to tell your child, don't go out into the street. And this might take 2 or 3 times. Instruct them, don't go out into the street, don't go out into the street. And you might take an orange, roll it out into the street, let a car run over it. Silly idea, but it just came to me. These brilliant ideas just come to me. But you're instructing the child. They don't go out there. They have no reference point. And so you don't just let them out there and get going. So they're out there, you instruct quite a few times, quite a few different days that they're out there playing, don't go out in the street. Now let's say they start to go towards the street or even step out into the street. Then from instruction comes correction. And now you quick grab them. No. You physically are going to change their behavior. And this goes on for a few times, but then let's say they just still want to go out in the street. They're just that daredevil kid. So now they go out on the street. Now there's discipline. But here's the key with discipline. You've already told them that if they don't heed correction, that you're going to discipline. And you've already talked over what you're going to do as far as discipline. Say, listen, Johnny, if you go out on the street, I've already instructed you, I've already corrected you, but now if you go out on the street, there's going to be discipline. And with discipline, your Game Boy is going to be put away. You won't go to the park. I'm going to take your bike, and I'm going to take away your iPhone. Because every 4-year-old needs an iPhone. But you get what I'm saying. These things are in place. And now, let's say after doing that a few times, the kid still runs out into the street because he's just this Evel Knievel daredevil type of kid. Now there's punishment. And punishment is quick and swift, and there's no warning. So he goes out in the street, you grab him, you take him in the house. You're not doing this, you're not going to the park, I'm taking your cell phone, maybe a swat on the pants, whatever. But now there's punishment. They didn't know what's coming up. We were supposed to go to Grandma's tonight. Now we're not going. And all these stages go in order. The problem with a lot of parents today is they go from 0 to 100. Take the kid out to play, steps out on the street. That's it, you're not going to Grandma's. Or they smack them, or they take something away, or whatever. And you got to know that these stages have to be in place to best raise your child. You don't just jump to punishment. You don't just jump to discipline. Now, just as much can be made as far as a bad parent who constantly instructs but never follows through with the rest of the stages. Just a bunch of empty promises. So you got to do your part to do all those stages. If your kid's 14, same thing applies. You walk them through instruction, then correction, then discipline, and then there's punishment. And if your kid's still living with you and he's 30, well, good luck. But these are the stages you take. You don't just right away jump to punishment or jump to discipline. You got to walk them through. So, Ashley, great question. Hope this helped you guys. And remember, you can check out more of my blogs, insight talks, etc., at garthheckman.com. Send your questions to 1minutemarriage@gmail.com. That's number 1, minutemarriage.com. We'll see you next time.